Hey, this is Jerry Fetta coming to you with Fitness Friday once again. Hey, I've got a secret morning cocktail. Okay, I'm gonna share it with you at the very end of the video. So you need to stay and watch. Okay, this is my gimmick to get you to watch the full video. That's how YouTube works. So I want you to watch the whole video. But at the very end, I'm gonna give you my morning cocktail, what I put together. It really helps with gut health, pH levels, just giving the body the right nutrients and hydration it needs first thing in the morning. So watch through to the end. I'm gonna share with you how to make that recipe so you can start using the same thing. All right, welcome back to Fitness Friday. I'm talking today about getting your phytonutrients and micronutrients, right? So we have, obviously like calories, right? We've got calories, which we've talked about before. Those are energy. When we eat a calorie, it turns into fuel. The body burns that fuel off as energy to function. So that's what a calorie is. Now, calories are gonna be made up of what's called a macronutrient: proteins, carbs, fats, okay? Macronutrients. So on a protein, there's 4 calories per gram of protein. On carbohydrates, there's 4 calories per gram of carbohydrates. On fat, there's about 9 grams of calories per gram of fat, right? So that adds up to your calories, right? Now beneath that, we have what's called a micronutrient. Okay, micronutrients, these are your vitamins, your minerals, like the things that your body needs that aren't calories. Okay, they're more like, if you're thinking about it like a car, like you've got like your fuel, your gas, right? And so your car does need gas just like your body does need calories, but you also need like windshield wiper fluid, you need oil, you need antifreeze, you need power steering fluid, like all this other stuff that makes the vehicle run. And these are your micronutrients, and a lot of people are deficient on these. And then you have what's called your phytonutrients. Okay, your phytonutrients are things like your antioxidants and different things that you get from eating your greens and your vegetables and your fruits and these types of things. And so the average American diet in North America, we are lacking on these significantly, right? And so we have not just on like we're at the very top even like the calories. We're not doing good on calories. We got a lot of fat people in this country. We eat more food than we burn, right? We could all literally eat less and do a lot better in life. But also on the micronutrients, we're not getting the vitamins and minerals we should. Okay, even when you do eat fruits and vegetables and you do take the right things, you're not usually getting the right amounts and balances. For example, let's say you're taking a multivitamin. How many of you take a daily pill where it's like 1 or 2 pills and it's like the one a day? Okay, there's no possible way all the vitamins you need in a day fit inside that pill. Okay, the vitamin packet that I take has about 10 different pills in it. Right, it's got my vitamins, it's got my minerals, they're in the right balance and right proportion. It's got fish oil, right? It's got antioxidants, it's got a lot of good stuff in there that can't fit in just one pill, right? And so when you take that multivitamin, like first realize that that's a supplement. You're supplementing what you're not getting from your food. So the first thing I want to share with you is to increase your micronutrient and phytonutrient intake. I want you to be eating more fruits and vegetables. Okay, if you know me well, you know I'm obsessed with fruit. I love fruit, especially berries. Okay, the other night I was working and I accidentally ate like 2 cups of fruit. Like I didn't even realize it. I was just sitting there eating and all of a sudden it was all gone. And so you'll find when you start doing this, your body craves it, right? Like especially if you're working out a lot and you're depleting, your body wants the energy, it wants the sugars, it wants the fiber, it wants the vitamins, it wants the nutrients, right? Now, if I'm doing that, great. And also now I should be supplementing with the multivitamin. Okay, so I have one called First Form Microfactor. I take this in the morning. I take this with my first meal of the day. And this is gonna cover basically all of my micronutrients, my vitamins, my minerals. Like I said, it has like some antioxidants in there. It's got probiotics, it's got fish oil, it's got a little bit of fiber, it's got all the right things in there, right? Now the other one that I do then is called Reds and Greens. Right, so greens, this is gonna be like, if you look at the food pyramid, I think we're all supposed to be getting like 6 to 8 servings of vegetables and fruits per day. No way you do that. Like if you told me you did that, I automatically think you're lying because I think about how much food that is. Imagine eating 6 to 8 servings of fruits and vegetables. That's a lot of fruits and vegetables, right? Like on a good day, I'm lucky if I get 1 or 2 servings of fruits and vegetables. Right now, I'm from Alaska. I don't live there anymore, but in Alaska, like even getting fruits and vegetables was a big deal. Like you go to the grocery store and it's like all of them are either not yet ripe or they're now rotten and there's a very slim selection. Down here in Florida, there's a lot more out there. But the reality is most of us don't eat enough fruits and vegetables, right? And so this is an area, again, where we want to do our best on the diet, try and get more raw fruit, try and get more raw vegetables. But you can supplement with the Reds and Greens supplement. Okay, so the greens, this is gonna cover like your, your kales. This is gonna cover your wheatgrasses, like all of these different things that give you your greens, and it's gonna give you fiber, and it's gonna be really good for gut health. It's gonna be good for digestion, right? Like I've noticed, for example, when I skip my reds and greens, my stomach is more bloated, right? Like my body's like working on it. It's like, what did you give me? Especially if I'm eating a lot of like heavy meat and carbohydrates and stuff. So the greens really help me with digestion. Okay, the other one is the reds. This is the berries, the fruits, the antioxidants. When you take a reds formula, this is proven to reduce risk for heart disease, cancer. Like it's a very good supplement to be taking. Part of my story is my mom died from cancer at age 60, and she was all about herbs. She took a lot of herbal supplements, but I can tell you what, she did not do well with her diet. Not that she was eating pizza and burgers, but it wasn't high quality food. We grew up on Walmart food. We grew up on food bank food, right? And I also know that the phytonutrients weren't necessarily in. Right, and so these are like, if we had more fruits, more vegetables, more things, I think that that does prolong lifespan. So that's important for me to take. I want to give my body those micronutrients and phytonutrients. So I do my reds and greens, right? Now this is another one I get from First Form. This is called Opti Reds and Opti Greens. On my supplement store with First Form, we actually just had someone buy the Opti Reds, and that's why I wanted to talk about them today. Not only are they delicious, but they're really good for you, right? So I do the Opti Reds, Opti Greens. The other thing I do is called a digestive enzyme, right? Digestive enzymes, this is gonna be enzymes that help you digest your food faster, especially if you're trying to build muscle. I learned this from classic pro bodybuilder Lee Labrada. He would do digestive enzymes between every meal. And think about it, if you're putting a bunch of food and protein in there, that's great, but what if your body's not using it all? Like what if you need to aid digestion? Right, here's an interesting fact. Most people don't chew their food enough. Okay, if you really chew your food, that actually speeds up the digestive process. And so if you're eating like really quick and you're wolfing it down and right, you're not chewing your food, you're gonna have digestive issues. Your stomach's gonna feel bloated, the food's gonna be stuck there for a while because you eat so fast, right? Slow it down, chew more, and if you're not doing that, then supplement with the digestive enzyme. Okay, I'm fast, I'm quick, I'm busy, so I don't have time to, make sure I chew my food all the way and really do a good job with it, so those enzymes really help me, right? So those are a couple things that I do to get my phytonutrients in, my micronutrients in, my reds, my greens, in addition to just my normal calories, fats, proteins, carbohydrates. Okay, and then all of this, obviously you wanna balance out with water intake, right? You wanna be drinking enough water, you wanna be exercising, and when you blend this all together, you're gonna stay healthy for a long time because again, wealth is also gonna include health. You can't be wealthy without having physical health, right? So I'm gonna give you my magic cocktail now. I said I do this every morning. You're gonna wanna write this down, it's delicious, right? So the purpose of this is number one, instant hydration. Number two is gut health. Number three is pH levels, right? And then I'm really just getting a head start on, I wanna have the nutrients in me at the beginning of the day so that my body is using them throughout the day, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you, could you grab my First Form bottle? I wanna show you guys the bottle I use. You're gonna want a bottle like this. It's maybe, how many ounces is this? This is 20 ounce bottle, right? So I fill this thing up with good filtered water. Okay, I like to use a pH filter, so I'm getting pH filtered water. I'm gonna fill it up to the top. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of First Form Opti Greens. Okay, I'm gonna dump those in there, right? 2 scoops of Opti Reds, I'm gonna dump those in there, right? The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of organic lemon juice. Okay, so I'm gonna dump the lemon juice in there. Lemon juice helps with pH levels as well. And then it's also tasty. It makes it taste kind of like a lemonade drink, right? So I do the lemon juice. I then do 5 grams of glutamine. Okay, you can get glutamine from First Form as well. Glutamine helps tremendously with muscle recovery and also gut health, right? So I put the glutamine in there. I also do 2 tablespoons of aloe vera juice. Okay, aloe vera juice helps with digestion and gut health as well. I put in 1 capful of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so that's also helping with gut health. Like, I want you to realize how much of my focus is on gut health. Your gut is like its own little thing going on. It's like its own world and universe. So a lot of diseases we get, a lot of problems we get come from the gut. So if I'm giving my gut the right nutrients, that's gonna help out tremendously, right? So I'm putting in my apple cider vinegar. I'm also gonna do about 1 tablespoon of honey, right? I'm gonna put that in there as well. And so I've got all of this going. You could even put coconut water if you wanna get really crazy with it. And then I'm gonna mix all of that up and I'm gonna drink that first thing in the morning. Right, and so what that does is it gives me, the hydration I need, the nutrients I need, and then the other thing, and I forgot to include this, is in my microfactor vitamins, there's also a probiotic. Okay, probiotic is giving your gut the good bacteria that it needs, right? A lot of us, we're getting through spring season, the flus, the colds, all that stuff. Did you know that when you take antibiotics, it actually kills the good bacteria in your body too? antibiotic. It kills bacteria. It doesn't differentiate between good and bad. So it's important to give yourself a supplement of good bacteria so that your gut health is on track as well. Okay, so I mix that up. I drink that every day. That's my morning cocktail. That's how you keep the gut healthy, especially guys, if you're doing a lot of protein and you're eating and you're trying to build muscle, or you're not eating enough and you're not getting enough nutrients. Start with the gut and then the rest really does follow. That's what I got for you today. And by the way, if you want to get what we talked about at First Form, you can click the link in the description. You can go to my First Form store. I am a Legionnaire with their program, best supplements on the planet. So check that out. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.